Welcome to Moments in History channel. Imagine a world over 4,000 years ago where cities were built with the precision of a modern architect, where every citizen had access to clean water and sophisticated sanitation, and where society thrived not under the rule of kings or pharaohs, but through a shared sense of community. This wasn't a futuristic dream. This was the Indus Valley Civilization, one of the most brilliant and most mysterious urban cultures of the ancient world. Today, we're journeying back in time to explore this incredible society. Flourishing from around 2600 to 1900 BCE, in what is now Pakistan and northwest India, the Indus civilization was a contemporary of ancient Egypt and Mesopotamia, yet it developed in a remarkably unique way. Forget what you know about pyramids and ziggurats. Here, the true monuments were the cities themselves. Let's start with the crown jewels, Mohenjo-Daro and Harappa. These weren't just collections of mud huts, they were sprawling metropolises, meticulously planned on a grid system. Think about that for a second. While other parts of the world were building winding, chaotic streets, the Indus people laid out their cities with arrow-straight roads, intersecting at perfect right angles. This level of planning is astonishing and suggests a central authority with incredible foresight and control. But the real marvel lies beneath the surface. Every house, whether a modest single-room dwelling or a larger multi-story complex, was connected to a city-wide drainage system. Covered drains ran along the main streets, carrying wastewater away from homes and public areas. Most houses had their own private bathrooms and toilets, a luxury unheard of in most of the ancient world and not common again for thousands of years. This focus on hygiene was revolutionary. It tells us they understood the connection between cleanliness and health, a concept that would be lost and rediscovered much later in history. At the heart of cities like Mohenjo-Daro, we find impressive public structures. The most famous is the Great Bath, a massive, waterproofed brick pool. Was it for ritual purification, public bathing, or something else entirely? We don't know for sure, but its sheer scale and sophisticated construction highlight the importance of communal activities. Nearby, we see large buildings identified as granaries, suggesting a well-organized system for storing and distributing food, essential for supporting a large urban population. This uniformity is a key theme of the Indus Valley. Across a territory larger than ancient Egypt or Mesopotamia combined, we find the same standardized weights and measures, the same style of fired bricks, and similar city layouts. This consistency is baffling. How did they achieve it without the grand monuments to powerful rulers we see elsewhere? There are no grand palaces, no lavish royal tombs filled with treasure, and very few depictions of warriors or kings. The evidence suggests a more egalitarian society, perhaps governed by a council of merchants, priests, or community elders who valued order and practicality over personal glory. It's a fascinating alternative to the top-down monarchies that dominated the rest of the ancient world. So, who were these people? While we can't know their names, their craftsmanship tells us a lot. They were master artisans. Archaeologists have unearthed stunning artifacts. Intricate bead jewelry made from carnelian and lapis lazuli, elegant pottery, and small, exquisitely carved stone seals. These seals are perhaps the most tantalizing clues. They are covered in detailed depictions of animals, like bulls, elephants, and rhinos, alongside figures that might be deities. And most importantly, they feature a script. Yes, the Indus people had a written language, but here's the catch: we can't read it. The Indus script remains one of the world's great undeciphered writing systems. The texts are too short, mostly just a few characters on seals, and there's no Rosetta Stone to help us crack the code. What secrets do these symbols hold? Are they names, titles, trade records, or religious incantations? Unlocking this script is the holy grail for archaeologists studying the region. It's the missing voice of this silent civilization. The Indus civilization wasn't an isolated world. Those beautiful seals and beads have been found as far away as Mesopotamia, in modern-day Iraq. This is clear evidence of a thriving international trade network. Indus merchants likely sailed down the Persian Gulf, trading their goods, cotton textiles, precious stones, and perhaps timber, for metals and other resources. Their economy was powered by the fertile floodplains of the Indus River, which allowed for bountiful harvests of wheat and barley, supporting both the local population and this extensive trade. But then, around 1900 BCE, something changed. The great cities began to decline. The meticulous urban planning faltered. Houses were built over streets, the drainage systems fell into disrepair, and the quality of craftsmanship declined. Eventually, the cities were abandoned. What happened? This is another of the great mysteries. There's no evidence of a massive invasion or a single catastrophic event. The leading theories point to environmental factors. The climate may have become drier, reducing agricultural output. The mighty Indus River, the lifeblood of the civilization, might have shifted its course, leaving cities high and dry. A combination of these pressures could have slowly squeezed the life out of this once vibrant society, forcing people to disperse into smaller, more rural communities. But the end of the cities was not the end of their legacy. The influence of the Indus Valley Civilization didn't just vanish. Echoes of its culture can be seen in later South Asian traditions. Their advancements in urban planning, their systems of weights and measures, their craft techniques, and even some of their religious motifs, like the seated, yogi-like figures on the seals, seem to have been absorbed into the cultural fabric of the subcontinent. They laid a foundation that would be built upon for millennia. So when we look back at the Indus Valley, we see a civilization that was, in many ways, ahead of its time. It was a world of organized cities, public health, and peaceful cooperation. It challenges our assumptions about what an ancient society should look like. It reminds us that there isn't just one path to complexity, one model for civilization. The Indus Valley people chose a different way, a way of order, practicality, and community. And though their script is silent, and their ultimate fate is shrouded in mystery, their magnificent, silent cities stand as a timeless testament to their ingenuity. They were a world lost in time, but one that continues to captivate and inspire us today. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into the past. If you enjoyed this exploration, please hit that like button. Subscribe to Moments in History channel for more adventures into history. And let me know in the comments which ancient civilization you'd like to see next. See you in the next video!